Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. Time to grind, 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 grind. Okay, so before I go over and handle my business, I want to give some subscriber shout outs. Now, I have to say that Once Upon an Island and all the folks who run that channel, I gotta just say, God bless you. I mean, it has just been phenomenal, the amount of support that you've given me. I mean, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and it is definitely highly appreciated. The things that you guys do in the Survivor community is pretty cool. So I definitely love the videos. And so definitely hats off to all the stuff that you guys do. And so in addition to that, I wanted to give some subscriber shout outs. So some additional subscriber shout outs I want to give. Shout out to Charles River Survival, Stephen Boris, Paul Beam, Yuri Ophelia, Dominique Julia. I'm sorry. I'm horrible with names. Please don't be offended. But Dominic DeJulio, Stuart Arbery, and Sawyer. Thank you guys all for subscribing to the channel. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. So thank all you guys for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate the support. The support that I've gotten from my Survivor community, from all of the different communities, but definitely the Survivor community has been absolutely crazy. And I thank you all. And hopefully more of the folks will join me on this crazy journey, because like I said many videos ago, Survivor definitely opened the door on this endeavor, because it showed me that I could push myself. And even though I'm not always successful at first, if I keep on pushing, I will get there. All right, speaking of getting there, let's get to the airport. Time to fly. All right, master on, beacon is on. And start the mags.
Visibility 109er, 1000, scattered. Temperature 19er, Celsius, dew point 15, altimeter 3024.
Okay. So I'm still going to take 24 since the wind is missing, but I'll just take 24. Okay. So ADS-B, is that considered to be this in here?
Yep.
Okay. So it is on.
Yeah.
Radio test. So the one thing that we do here is I always ask for a radio check here at Wings. So when I'm at
a tower,
yeah.
Your radio check is essentially you talking to ground.
Okay.
All right. What we're gonna do is at least once or maybe even twice gonna go to Lancaster.
Okay.
One of these days, and if you can extend like one of our lessons like an hour or something like that.
Will do.
And then we'll go there, go to the FBO that you'll be doing that, shut down. Go to the bathroom or something like that real quick.
Okay.
Start up again, because you never started up at a tower field before.
Right.
Ever. Right.
Right.
And then start from the beginning like that.
That'll be good.
You don't go in completely blind.
Yep. All right. Wingsfield, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Thank you, sir. All right, so taxi light. Wings traffic, Cessna 91, Quebec Sierra. Taxiing from the upper ramp to runway 24, Wings. So I'm not playing around, yo. I'm on my grind, for real. I want to leave that first part in there so that you can see I'm beginning to ask some questions. I figured, look, I didn't hit the reset button because the reset is almost kind of like you're starting from scratch. I just recommitted. And that's what that last video was all about. And it's up there, it's flashing up on the screen. I'm fully committed. I'm all in. And so because of that, and I know I have to grind, and I know I have to learn, and I know I have to be my best and prepare for this check ride that is going to happen, Lord willing. I need to be engaging and asking some questions and just re-engaging the joy of flying and just having fun with this. Yes, this is a tough endeavor. It challenges me, but I enjoy it. It brings me joy.
And so I'm learning to trust the process and really just get back to enjoying the flying, but definitely being on my grind. So that's what this is all about. This is my flight after the check ride was canceled, and after my 2 kind of disastrous pre-check ride flights. I just recommitted to just enjoying this journey. And I am so thankful for all of you that are along the journey with me. All right, so let's get to work.
So we're going to depart runway 24. Going to make a right crosswind turn out to the northwest to the practice area. If we're not making best power, I'm going to pull the power, exit the runway if we haven't rotated. If we've rotated and we have runway left, back to the runway, straight ahead, exit the runway. If we rotated, we don't have runway left, then gonna land straight forward, avoiding obstacles. If we've rotated and we're above 1,000, we'll troubleshoot, try to find best glide, place to land, and just see what our options are. Alright, so let's get lined up.
So these are some of the other elements that I'm trying to shore up in my check ride prep. One of the things I have to do is what they call an emergency briefing. What happens if the engine fails at different periods or at different times? If we have runway left, no runway left. So just trying to practice all of those things because each of those components are important. And if I don't do it before, I go to take off, that's a fail.
Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, departing runway 24 out to the northwest, wings. Alright.
Thank you with full patch. You're good.
Okay. Alright, 24, 2424, heels to the floor, full power.
Wings traffic, Cirrus 205, I get Charlie, short final 24. Wings.
Alright. Engine instruments in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, suction, all look good. Airspeed is alive. And rotate.
One of the things I really want to start focusing on is not being so scared of these maneuvers. Yes, they have to be done with a certain level of precision. And I want to do them perfectly. But the one thing that's the most important for me to keep in mind is just to make sure I do them within the ACS standards or the Airman Certification Standards. As it seems like I just anticipate and I put a lot of pressure on myself and I'm all crazy and stressed and then tense. And then that's the way I fly the airplane. I fly in a state of tension and hyper focus on a singular detail, which is not good in flying airplanes. You have to be kind of situationally aware of a lot of different factors. It's amazing what the human brain can do, but it can do it if you allow it to.
Wing traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, right turn out to the north, last call, wing. Alright, climb checklist, power is full. Mixture, we're going to keep full wrench. Landing light is off.
47 Mike is 2 to the northwest. Be entering crosswind midfield.
No flight plan. Engine instruments are in the green.
You can fly on 340 heading.
340.
Alright. Let's get into slow flight.
Alright, let's get into slow flight. Alright, so I'm going to configure. Before I do that, let's do some clearing turns.
So it seems like I finally got my act together with understanding that I need to do clearing turns first. So already a huge success from the standpoint that I finally got my head in the game for my first maneuver. And the first thing I did is, I started talking about configuring, but I definitely talked about clearing turns, and I executed them. Oh, Bill Bellinger, you should be proud.
Alright, we look to be clear. Alright, let's get some carb heat.
What configuration are you going into?
I'm going into a landing configuration.
Always the first thing you figure out with the configuration. I always want you to look at this is the first thing I want you to look at when you're trying to configure. Every time, first thing.
Yeah, okay. Just look at the mixture first. Look at the mixture. Look at the
Make
mixture.
sure your fuels, the flow is essentially mixture. Fuel on both, mixture rich, and then you bring your car beat back, power back 1500.
Gotcha.
Slowly bring the.
Okay. First notch of flaps.
So what speed are we trying to keep? What is it?
About 50 to 55.
Why are we choosing?
Because that's our landing.
So remember, the standard for the slow flight is maintain 5 to 10 knots above where the stall horn starts to go off.
Okay, so 5 to 10 knots.
We've heard the stall horn go off like 40, 45, so
right.
50, it works for us.
Okay.
Alright.
So that's one nasty habit I have. It's like I'll remember one thing and then forget something else. But one of the things that you guys haven't seen in the previous videos is I do have this habit of forgetting where my mixture is. And a lot of times the mixture is leaned out because I have used my cruise checklist where I've leaned the mixture. And for all of the non-pilots out there, basically, you can control the air-fuel mixture with a lever in the plane, and you want to do that because as you get higher and the air gets thinner, the amount of air available to the amount of gas available is reduced because the air is thinner. The engine runs richer, and you can file the plugs. And so when you get in a cruise flight, you actually want to lean the amount of gas that is going into the mixture so that you can compensate for the thinner air. Well, before you get into a maneuver, you're going a little slower, and one of the things that I'm supposed to do is put the mixture back to full rich. And I always forget to do that, and I end up doing maneuvers with a leaned out mixture, which is not good. So that's something that's been showing up in some other flights, and I didn't realize how typical it is for me to forget that, and that's not good. So that's something that I definitely have to clean up. Okay, you know what's next. Steep bank turns to the right. My nemesis. Let's go.
All right. So I'm configuring here. About 95. Mixtures full rich. All right, to the right.
Okay, so as usual, so there's the smoke. There's my start. So I got to come back to that smoke, and we're in it. So watch the nose. Watch the distance between the nose and the horizon. Not bad. Not too bad. And I think what I did was I felt myself climbing here. See, it gets thinner between the nose, and then I released too much back pressure at this point, and the nose is coming down. And so that's the thing that I kind of have to remember is that, just don't grab so much yoke at the beginning.
All right, to the left.
All right, so I hate to talk smack here, but to the left, it's just that sight picture. I just get it. I mean, I just feel it. Like, watch where this is. See the horizon. See the front of the plane. Just dialed in. Now, so I do a much better job going to the left. Okay, so not to be cocky, but this, I can do this. Where I always end up with a problem going to the left is I either climb or I descend too much when I come out of the turn. So see the smoke? See it drop? That wasn't good. That's the only problem there.
Hey, not bad. Only thing that might have been with out of standards, but I don't think they would have failed you on it. I mean, bank angle on the right.
Yeah, it wasn't
Got a little too low there.
Yeah.
And you got a little fast at the end.
Okay.
When you level off, remember, as you're leveling off, bring the power back at the end.
Okay.
Because you're still like in the mover until you finish out of it. Alright, you can cruise it out.
Okay.
And also on the right turn there, your coordination was a little bit off.
Okay.
Got a little bit more right rudder in there.
Okay.
Always remember coordination for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, let's go back to wings.
All right.
So I think for all the maneuvers, and there's some other things we did on this flight again, and I know I keep going back to the steep bank turns, but I just want you guys to see that it's a psychological thing kind of at this point too. I know that it's a challenge for me, and so yes, some of it is just the muscle memory or the muscle usage, right? Doing the how much yoke to put in, how much power. It's all just kind of like your body responding. I mean, just think about driving a car. When you drive a car now, there's times where I'm sure you've gotten to a place and you can't even remember how you got there, but you drove the car. Well, because now it's almost kind of like it's almost like intuitive, like your body just knows what to do. That's what I'm getting to, but now it's an intellectual exercise, and because it's so much in my head and not so much in my hands, I sometimes get a little tense and worried, and as I do that, I over intellectualize the maneuver rather than just letting it happen. And so that's why this particular maneuver is such a challenge for me, because I don't have that body feel just yet. It's coming, and it was pretty close here, but just that automatic, I know what to do, and my body just knows what to do. And so sometimes I overthink it and I overdo it because I am forcing the action rather than just letting it happen organically. So that's why I keep coming back to the steep bank turn, and specifically to the right. I'm gonna tell you, once your brother gets that locked in, it's a wrap. I mean, that's the maneuver that gives me the most trouble. There's another landing, like the short field landing. I'm gonna go back to that next lesson, and we'll focus on that a little bit. Also, there's a maneuver that I haven't shown you guys in some of the videos that I've done, like this turn around a point. I need to go to that. But the steep bank turn, that's the key to my check ride, or being ready to do the check ride. So anyway, let's land this baby and let's be done with this. Thank you for flying with me, and thank you for your support. It has been amazing. All right, so little by little, step by step, you know, day by day. That's just how this goes. And it doesn't matter. I'm on my grind. I don't care. I'm going to just keep on chopping away at this, you know, and I hate to use this metaphor because, you know, don't like chopping trees down, but eventually you keep chopping, the thing's going to fall. So I'm going to stay on my horse and ride, and I'm gonna make this happen. So I thank you all for supporting me on this journey. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I will definitely be appreciative. And again, shout out to Once Upon an Island and all the peeps who are affiliated and follow that channel and watch those videos. And thank you generally to the survivor community. So anyway, I'm out. Russ Kid, Russ can fly. See ya.